So I saw this thing on TikTok where someone opened a jar of Nutella, and then apparently you dig out this little layer right here. Okay, come on now. And there's a knife, but wait a minute. Is it in here? Where's the knife? Where's the knife? There's supposed to be...
Don't believe everything you see online. That's the moral of that story. All right, let's continue.
Things I've actually heard girls at my school say. Part 2. There aren't volcanoes in America.
Okay. Cool, uneducated.
All mountains have lava in them. Volcanoes
Oh my god.
are just the ones that erupt. Is Russia a country or a continent?
That's amazing. All right.
What percent is 61 out of 100?
Oh my god, this is killing me.
I have a really good immune system, so I won't get pregnant.
This is amazing.
Does every religion celebrate Thanksgiving?
This.
Inhale and then outhale.
Did she say outhale? Okay, this is amazing. Who this girl's TikToks? Yeah. An insight into the United States education system. What a disaster. How could you possibly be in high school and not know this stuff? Okay. Hello and welcome to the heliosblog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, please hit the sub button, hit all for notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you agree or disagree with my points, please leave a comment. That's what the comment section is for. Also, if you'd like me to comment on a video, compilation, blog post, Reddit post, whatever, send it to theheliosblog@gmail.com. Also, guys, I really appreciate all your comments. It's wonderful. Negative or positive, I'm going to try to reply to all of them until I have so many comments I literally can't. So, all right, let's get into it.
If she's too young to be wearing that, then she's too young to be sexualized. Leave young girls alone for dressing comfortably for the weather.
What? Oh my god, so she's making a point that girls should dress however they like regardless of their age. I don't know if I agree with that. I would actually argue for more conservative clothing for younger women, in fact. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen, like, I think it's because of TikTok and Instagram and pop culture and other social media. I think girls are starting to dress like older women at younger ages. And I don't like that trend, because what it does is it encourages women to start sleeping around at a younger age. And at that age, they're especially not smart enough or wise enough to know what is a good decision. So I actually think that womanism and this brainwash culture, I think it's actually making things very, very bad for women in the long term. I really do. And this girl making the point that you should allow girls to dress for the weather and, you know, wear like short shorts and a crop top or whatever when they're like 13, 12 years old, I actually disagree. I think that girls should dress like children, like 12-year-old. They shouldn't dress like adults, if you ask me. That's my personal opinion. And her doing this is actually, what it's doing is it's actually helping her to win the game in the long term. Because what happens is, if girls make terrible decisions from a young age, and they ruin themselves and their bodies when they're older, then she wins because she doesn't have as strong competition. So I think it's actually shameful that she's saying this stuff. I think it's actually very, very bad. All right, let's continue.
Winter, they wear sweaters. And in the summer, they wear tank top and shorts. Why is that such a radical concept?
Again, look at different cultures and how children dress. Look at 30 years ago, right? Look at how children, 12 and 13-year-old girls dressed compared to now. Just look at that and tell me that there isn't something wrong with the West today. Okay, continue.
So I'm reading about Genghis Khan's daughters, and guess what the most barbarian and vicious and cruel ruler of the world did for his daughters? He gave them the empire to manage, basically. So 4 of Genghis Khan's sons basically turned out to be alcoholics and crazy and doing a lot of infighting. So what the most cruel barbarian did was that he married his daughter off to very powerful chieftains, in some cases even stripped the husbands of the titles and made his daughters the princesses who rule the state, and basically got them to manage the finances. Even the most vicious person.
Right. Genghis Khan was known for his meritocratic approach to rule. The only issue is that if you look at the greater history of Genghis Khan's empire, you know that it broke apart. So that sort of management actually didn't work. Basically, once he died, everything kind of split up into multiple empires, and they infighted anyway, regardless of who was ruling. And the problem is because they didn't have a strong man ruling them like they did before. The issue is nobody could agree on who would be the great Khan again, and the argument over who would become the great Khan caused the rift of the entire empire. Also, she's not mentioning who that this vicious man literally had more than, I think, 5,000 children. So how can you balance him like loving women with that? You really can't. So I don't understand what point she's trying to make here. All right, let's continue.
In the world respected women.
It did, huh? Okay. Read the history a little bit better. Because maybe he respected his own like daughters from his first wife more than other women. But if you consider his overall behavior, I would not say that Genghis Khan was the most respectful of women. Let me say that. Let me put it that way. Okay? Just read the history a little bit better. Stop with your brainwash studies and actually read the history properly, and let's see if you can come to the right conclusion this time. Again, please leave a comment if you agree or disagree.
So don't tolerate disrespect from people who cannot even conquer the most continental land in the world.
What? That logic didn't make any sense. There she said some gobbledygook. Anyway, let's continue. She looks like Sid from Ice Age, but kind of hot. That's amazing comments. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Comment section. All right. Let's see what she has to say.
At what point can I just live in peace?
If you want attention from random men online, you're also going to get attention that you don't like. You see? So you can't then complain that you're going to get the occasional negative post if the whole point of you making TikToks is to get attention. You see? Let's say 95% of the comments are positive, 5% are negative. She's going to focus on the negative, you see?
At what point will I just be allowed to live?
Oh my god. Like where is the logic of understanding that if you're going to post the most attention-seeking stuff possible, like using TikTok and other social media, that you're going to get attention you also don't want? Is that such a stretch? Again, please leave a comment if you agree or disagree.
The next person who has the sheer nerve, the sheer entitled caucasity to say all lives matter, I'm gonna stab you.
Wow. Okay, lovely. Yeah, it's just, again, it's just like womanist brainwashing, right? Like I can't even comment on this. Okay, this video's done here, so I'm just gonna go to this next one here.
I think that life is what it is, but life is not what's made.
So I'm about to give you boys some tips to know if your girl is self-sabotaging. What's self-sabotaging? Basically purposely causing confliction in the relationship to get you to break up with her or her to break up with you.
Yeah, this is actually a normal thing that girls do eventually. Basically, men, they like their relationships to be a still pawn. They don't like there to be any issues, right? But for women, if their relationships are a still pawn for too long, they're going to manufacture drama in order to get their emotions to cycle, in order for their emotions to go up and down, because like they don't like a still pawn for their emotions. They like to experience all the emotions, including the negative ones. Now, you can prevent the biggest problems of this, because all women are going to do this to some extent. You can prevent the biggest problems by following the relationship rules. So your girl should not have any male friends. Your girl should not go to mixed parties. So, you know, parties with boys and girls where you're not around. No girls' night out. No friends that are garden tools. No doing sports that are male dominated without you present. And no social media, like you know, no Instagram where she's, you know, advertising herself to other man, or Snapchat, etc. And with these in mind, basically all of the major things that you know she could do to sabotage that will actually destroy the relationship, she won't be able to do, because 99% of the sabotaging behaviors that a girl will do involve talking to another guy, sleeping with another guy, you know, etc. Going to parties and other guys hitting on her, etc. And you can prevent all that. Outside of this, you can't really prevent the drama of a long-term relationship, and the reason is just because that is inherent to female nature, right? To have a cyclical emotional nature, you can't stop it from happening. The only, like, what you could do is, if you find that your girl is too annoying in her cyclical emotional nature, you could just drop her and move to a new girl. You could do that to a girl who's more stable. But all women are unstable to some extent. Okay, let's see what this guy has to say. Again, leave me a comment if you agree or disagree.
So let's get into it. Number one, she purposely making everything a big deal. The littlest stuff gets blown out of proportion. Number two, her solution to everything is y'all breaking up or her needing space. Number three, flat out disrespect. Basically doing shit to purposely get a rise out of you and being a complete pain in the ass to be around to get you to break up with her.
Yeah, so this stuff is it has to do with whose frame the relationship is in, right? So if the relationship is in your frame, then she's not going to dare to break the relationship at every opportunity, at every argument, right? She's going to stay following your rules, your instructions, etc. If she's not the type of person that wants to, if she doesn't want to listen to your rules, she doesn't want to follow your instructions, etc., it simply means that she doesn't respect you. And if she doesn't respect you, there is no relationship. You need to move on to a girl who actually does.
Basically to drive you to that point to where you just like, hell nah, I can't take it no more. And eventually, if that don't work, she's just going to break up with you. So to the dudes who broke up with their girls who just couldn't take it no more, to where she was just a pain in the ass, she been broke up with you, and it was just a part of her plan to drive you to that point to get you to leave.
Yeah, that's right. Women are pretty good at that. Like, they don't want to take responsibility for you know, breaking up with you, and they don't want to take the initiative themselves. And so what they do is they just start to behave more and more annoying until you get the hint, right? And if you don't get the hint, she'll just cheat on you, right? That's the idea there.
So yeah, she been broke up with you. You're just now finding out.
There it is, fellas. Stuck with the kids. If they're not getting paid, they don't even want the kids. Men are not the only one with something to lose. Women can lose in divorce as well. Not only that, we're stuck with the kids most of the time. Yeah, so here's the thing. I don't know about you, but from my experiences, from what I've seen, most men really, really care for their children. And because most men really care about their children, they don't want to lose them. They don't want to be split from them. They don't want their children to be turned against them. Men want to keep the relationships. Men want to stay in the marriage. But women break up marriages 80% of the time, or 70%. I think it's 80. So and that's the thing, right? Too many women in modern 2022 dating, what they do is they break up with the man, and they just use the man for child support, never having wanted the children in the first place, so that she can supplement her lifestyle and go sleep with Chad, right? And it's just shameful, right? So this, again, with stuff like this, it's no surprise to anyone that men are walking away, right? Because walking away from relationships is really the only solution to women like this. And so that's why so many men are leaving the country, they're getting married elsewhere, they're avoiding relationships, they're avoiding cohabitation, they're avoiding marriage, they're avoiding children. It's for this reason here. Because men see that they're not appreciated, they see they're not wanted, they see that, like, the world doesn't favor them at all, and their sacrifice. So why make it? Again, please leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Let's continue. They're not getting paid, they don't even want the kids. Indeed. So I don't know if you know, but the old rule, right, the old way that it used to work, is that if a divorce should break up, and a divorce couldn't just break up, it needed to be proved in court without with no reasonable doubt that the guy was being bad, basically. The children actually go to the man and not to the woman. That was the old way. But now, when the children default and go to the woman, well, look at the result on society, right? Just look at the outcomes of children of single mothers and tell me that things are fine, right?
Stuck with the kids? Mm-hmm.
Yo, this guy right here is mad sketchy, bro.
You ain't gotta worry, girl. I won't kidnap you. You mad ugly. And fat.
Savage. That was amazing. So she's like, again, this is just an example of modern 2022 dating, right? These girls have social media, they have Snapchat, they have Tinder, they have Instagram, etc. They get so much attention from loser men that they think they're better than they are. So when they're out in public, they think, they see an average man or whatever, a slightly above average man, they're like, I'm so much better than this guy must be interested in me, this guy must be hitting on me, this guy must want something from me. And then the guy tells her the truth, which is that she's not all that, and she goes crazy because in her mind she's a queen. So how dare he treat her like that? Okay, let's continue.
City boy, what it do, baby? You like that? You like that? That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. Him, bodies. Boy, if you don't stop.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
I'm undefeated, never lost.
It's an evil world we live in.
There's only two dudes better than me, and I'm both of them. That's not fair. It's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
Like this motherfucker. Oh man. No, he's fucking good.
Where the envelope? Why the man body still right there?
Okay, sure. Let's move on. There's too much spam here. Too much mic spam. But anyway, it's just basically them going, oh, he burned. All right, cool. Men are acutely aware that homelessness is on the table. Can a single mother survive nowadays?
I don't understand how anyone is supposed to survive, but I really don't understand how a single mom with a one-income household is supposed to survive right now.
Translation. Can I speak to your manager? Because I was specifically told by Beyonce, CNN, and Cosmopolitan magazine that if I said the sentence, I am woman, now hear me roar, 3 times in the mirror, then I would magically not need a man anymore.
That's right. So here's the thing. These girls are complaining about, not being able to survive when they did the actions that pushed the man away in the first place, and now they're complaining, right? So, again, this is why so many men are walking away, right? Because these girls have been brainwashed by womanism to believe all this garbage, and then when they believe this garbage, they push men away, and then they complain about it, right? How can I survive? Well, how about you stuck with the guy that you had the kid with? How about that? How about you chose a good man that could actually take care of you? How about that? How about marry before you carry? How about that? See, it's like the logic the choices, the decision making. It's not there. It's somewhere else. It's out the window.
Now, I've tried multiple times to say this sentence in the mirror. I have even doubled my manifest to reality sessions.
Yeah, okay. Next.
And being a woman myself, I get to be an insider to the things that women talk about. And yes, they will admit to one another that they cheat, but you will never hear an ounce of remorse. They always victimize themselves with that.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's 100% accurate. Because in the modern 2022 world, accountability, personal responsibility, and that sort of thing is eliminated maximally from women. That's exactly the reality that we live in. So it's no surprise at all that women always victimize themselves when they cheat. So they do the negative action, and it's not their fault. It's the guy's fault they did it. He didn't support me enough. He didn't help me enough. He didn't kiss my ass enough. He didn't do whatever. It's not I didn't respect him enough to stay. I didn't respect him enough to be loyal, etc. I didn't respect him enough to break up first. I just branch swung ruthlessly and blamed it on him. You see, that's totally 2022 dating in a nutshell. And in fact, this is even incentivized during marriages and during live-in relationships for women to do this, because if they do this, they actually get paid. So there you go. Please leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Let's go on to FDS here. The article goes, 37 lies you were taught about men. Okay, we're not going to cover all of them, but let's just go over some egregious ones here. Okay. Okay, let's just read. Ugly men will treat you better because they'll be so grateful to have female attention. Actually, this one is true. It's not false. But here's the thing. Men they want to have bedroom fun with as many women as possible. So when they say ugly men won't treat you better, what they're saying is ugly men will still be thirsty. Ugly men will still sleep around if they can. Yes, all men will sleep around if they can because men are polygamous. The same applies if tomorrow your girl gets an offer from a guy in a Lamborghini who makes 500 million a year or whatever, she's going to jump ship. That's hypergamy, right? So you can't delete these aspects of male and female nature. So why are you complaining about it? Number 2, older men are more mature and better in bed. Translation: the article writer has slept with older men who are super attractive, and these older men have the mentality of a younger man because they have so many options. They never had to grow up, in quotes, as it were, and they didn't put any effort into you in bed because they simply didn't care because they had a million options. So she's complaining about apex men. This is the apex fallacy. Number 3, if you're a really bad bitch, then men won't treat you badly. If you're attracting bums, it's your fault. So bad bitch means she's very attractive. So here's the thing. It actually is women's fault that they're attracting bums. This thing, attracting bums, what it's actually saying is it's taking responsibility away from the girl. So I'm not choosing these men. I'm attracting them. They're choosing me. I don't have a choice. But that's not true. You can choose a good man. You just actively choose the bums. Those are the ones you reward with bedroom fun. Okay, number 4. You should always pay your own way on dates because he'll be impressed you're an independent woman who don't need no man, and it's the only way to establish an equal relationship and gain a man's respect. So the implication here is that women should expect men to pay for dates. But I don't even understand this logic because men don't find strong, independent women attractive. So whatever women believe this, it's the wrong belief anyway. Okay, number 5. Bring up the fact that you're looking for a committed relationship early will scare them away, so it's better to play it cool. This is actually true. If women do bring up a committed relationship, it will scare them away. The only men it won't scare away is men without options. Men without options are going to just latch onto whatever they can take. So, number 6. A man should be able to expect bedroom fun after the 3rd date. Actually, no, you should expect it after the 1st. But anyway... So yeah, what the implication is here is the article writer is saying, women, you don't owe men anything. You can take men on 15, 20 dates and still not give bedroom fun because it's all about you. Number 7. Women of his own race are too demanding and womanist and masculine, and that's why he has to date outside of his race. That's actually true, sadly, like 90% of the time, if a man is not dating in his race. You hear this a lot from men in certain communities, especially in the United States. So if women actually followed this advice and became less demanding, less womanist, less masculine, they'd actually have much better outcomes. So this one, but the way that this is written is that this is a lie. No, this is not a lie. Number 8, it doesn't matter when you have bedroom fun with a man. If he likes you, he'll treat you the same. This one is actually false. It does matter when you have bedroom fun with a man. If he likes you, but you have bedroom fun on the first date and it's very obvious you have a high end count, he'll never take you seriously ever. But if you make a man wait too long, well, it's really bad. So this one is tough. Basically, the relationship starts as friends with benefits, always, with a man of value. So there's nothing you can do about that one, really. Men like variety, so it's okay if he has a wandering eye or flirts with other women. It doesn't mean he doesn't respect you. This is actually true. This one is not a lie. Men do like variety. Men with many options, especially like variety. Again, you have to be content that that you're the woman that he's coming home to. That's just how it is. A man who is superior doesn't and works his whole life to be superior didn't work to be superior to get one girl. Number 10, slutty girls never get good guys. Only perfect women get good men. This one is a lie. Like, women that are garden tools, they do get good guys. They just don't get good guys for long-term relationships. So, this one is actually true, right? And perfect is, it's like nobody is perfect. But again, if a girl is fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, and bedroom fun, loyal, she can get a good man for a long-term relationship. She can. It's possible. Number 11, if you don't have bedroom fun right away with a high-value man, you'll lose him because what you don't do, another girl will. Unfortunately, this is true. If you make a guy who's high-value wait too much, especially if he considers himself to be way above you, no chance. He will drop you. Number 12, losing your virginity is a magical experience that will change your life forever. This is what women are taught from Disney, etc., right? Here's the thing, though. Right now, women are valuing their virginity too little. They're just giving it up for no reason, like it's nothing. Not understanding the value of such a thing. And in fact, if women knew the statistics that 90%, the divorce rate for a girl who's a virgin before marriage is only 20%. Versus what the current divorce rate is, which is like, I think it's around 60%. Divorces, that's the rate that they happen at. And divorce is more likely the more times that a person is divorced, and also women initiate 80% of divorces. So the more partners that a girl has, the more likely she'll divorce. So actually, virginity is much more important than modern day 2022 women are taught. All right, number 13. Attractive men are all cards and womanizers, so it's better to focus on nerdy, shy guys. They're not all cards and womanizers, but I would say a much greater percentage are. Yeah, so to focus on nerdy, shy guys is actually not a bad strategy, to be honest, especially for a girl who's more average looking. You're much more likely to get a good relationship. So I don't know why they say this is a lie. Like, what are you telling women that they should go after the attractive men? Because if all women go after the attractive men, they have a million options and they'll never commit to you. Number 14, women are naturally monogamous. Only men need variety. Women are hypergamous, so they're actually serially monogamous. They're monogamous until a better option comes along, then they branch swing. So no, women actually also need variety over time. It's just they tend to be monogamous at each period of their lives. They're usually, like, if they cheat on that guy, they're going to move to the new guy that they cheated on the old guy with. They usually don't have multiple guys they're sleeping with, except for short periods of time. Some women are more garden tools, and they do that, but it's more rare. It's more common for them to be serially monogamous. No man is perfect. Number 15, you have to work hard to help him reach his potential. That's right. So FDS is saying, no, wait at the finish line. Don't ever help a man. There is a perfect man out there for you, and that's BS. There is no such thing as perfection. And in fact, a woman will have better outcomes helping a man to reach his goals because men are honorable and loyal. So maybe not in the bedroom fun sense, but if he sees that you sacrifice for him, he'll actually appreciate the sacrifice you put in for him. All right. I think I'll continue with this list in the next episode here. I'll start at number 16. All right, we're going to end the video there. Again, if you're liking the content, new to the channel, please hit the sub button, hit all for notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you agree or disagree with my points, leave a comment. That's what the comment section is for. Thank you so much, guys, for taking the time out of your busy days to listen, especially if you made it to the end of the video. I do really appreciate it. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.